Okay, perfect. All right. I had to turn on the light because I noticed how dark I was and there. So, well, my name's Jennifer. I am the Teens Can Survive program director. So, the Suicide and Crisis Center of North Texas is the organization, and we have different, basically umbrellas, with which is the Survivor Suicide Support Group, the Crisis Hotline, and then also the Teens Can Survive, which is where I am over the programs. And so, one of the many programs we have is the screening. And so I've been with the Crisis Center, I think it's been 10 years when I think about it. So we've done the screening and I've seen the process of where it was to now and the new updated things that have happened, which allows us to reach out to more kiddos and reach out to and helping more students as well. So the screening it's a screening that was created originally from Columbia, but now it's with Stanford University. And we're the only ones in Texas that has the program. And the main purpose of the program is so we could be able to highlight those kiddos that may be suffering in silence. So a lot of times these kiddos do not either come out to the school counselor, nor have they ever met with them if they're struggling. Sometimes they struggle on their own and they only tell their friends, or maybe they just don't understand what's going on with how they've been feeling. So the screening is basically what it is. It is a screening. It's not a diagnostic tool in any way. It just allows us to give a small snapshot of a child who may be struggling with, let's say, depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress, who may be possibly using drugs or alcohol. The main part is when we could find those kiddos that have, let's say, said that they've had suicidal thoughts currently, so that we'd be able to, so that the school can provide that immediate help within that 24 hours. So I'd like to share this one example in where I was at a school, and usually we talk to the kiddos after they're done with the screening to see how they felt about it. And I had this one kiddo that said it was nice to get things off my chest, because it's basically questions that you answer yes or no, but maybe some of the questions had really stood out to her. And she said that she had actually just that week prior had witnessed the death of her brother. And I asked her if she ever talked to a counselor, and she said, no, I didn't talk to them yet. So I really encouraged her to, and I told the counselor as well. And when we looked back into the screening results, what it showed was depression, post-traumatic stress, also having suicidal thoughts as well. And so that's an example of how, like, a kiddo who's witnessed something like that and experiences something like that and did not reach out for help, but because she took the screening, we were able to talk to this kiddo and get her maybe have opportunity for her to share what she's been going through in general. And the screening takes about 10-15 minutes. It is confidential in terms of they're only identified by a identified number that we created, and it's like about a 8-digit number. And the information is only provided to the counselors at that school, and it's usually me and then our contractor, or just our contractor as well, who's also signed an agreement for confidentiality, as well as all of our staff are usually either licensed professional counselors or had recently graduated and it's like let's say a licensed professional intern, or had recently is currently graduating with their master's in, let's say, social work, for example, too. So the screening, the kiddos take 10-15 minutes. Then after that, we're able to get immediate results once they're done. So a school counselor will know which kiddos to assist within that time frame. So that's basically a quick overview. And let me see, I had some questions on there asking, is it a written or verbal screening? So it is actually a screening in where they take it on the computer. So it's no one talking to them directly, which allows for more openness and I guess a little bit more willingness to be honest about it. Let me see. Yes, I think Michelle, you already answered that too.
Yeah.
And so
go ahead.
So asking about, do we share the results with the parents? So if, let's say, a kiddo was flagged. So when we say flagged, that means they either answered yes or no for suicidal thoughts or suicide attempt. And based on the way that the screening will come up, if their results were flagged and where, hey, this may be of a concern, then that's when we'll let the counselor know, and the counselor would then contact the parents. If there were no kiddo, if the kiddo wasn't flagged, everything was fine, then you won't get a phone call from the counselor at all. But yes, and then Michelle, you're gonna add something.
Oh, I was just going to say that was a question that they asked. I was also going to share with parents. I have been an administrator or been the counselor on a campus when we gave Teen Screen to our students. It gives really good, valuable information. And like Jennifer said, we only contacted parents if something was flagged. Otherwise, you won't hear anything from us, and you will know that your kid's doing okay. It's pretty simple. It doesn't take a lot of time. And she mentioned this too, but I also wanted to say that as a campus counselor, at the time, I was able to identify students that I did not know had any type of suicide ideation or suicide attempt. So it allowed me to know that some of our kids were struggling, like she said, silently. And so I was able to work with them and their parents to make sure that they got, the resources they needed to provide the help they needed. And that's the point of this. It's not for us. We're not diagnosing kids. We're just saying, hey, this might be something you want to look into. It's just to see where they're at, because we know that kids, like, they don't talk to adults as easily, even the counselor. And so it gives us an opportunity to kind of see where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
Parents, do you have any other questions? Feel free to unmute and ask.
I guess I described it well enough to where like
you did. You did. Anyone else? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I might have missed it. Are the kids taking it all at the same time in the entire school, or they're taking time out of their day, regular curriculum, to take the screening test?
We are going to have to pull them from a class, and we're trying to find, work with the classes, the easiest to pull from. And that's going to vary from, campus to campus. I don't know if your kid's in high school or middle school, but it takes about 10, 15 minutes tops. And so they won't be out of class very long. And it is done. It will be in an area where other students are doing it, but we're in there monitoring, so there's no conversation. They take their assessment, and then when they're done, they let us know, and we let them go back to class.
Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? This is going to be a quick call here.
I know.
One last question from me. I understand. I heard you said, Jennifer, that this is. I'm not sure if you said Melissa has it or the state of Texas is now using this tool. Is this the first time you're doing this, or it has been conducted in the past?
Oh no, we have been implementing this for quite a while. I think since before I was starting 10 years ago. So I think it's been about 15 years. They've been using the screening. We've been doing it in a lot of districts every single year. They ask us to come back because kind of like a physical checkup. They want us to see again each year. The kids things can change each year for them. So we want to make sure that we're catching those kiddos that may be okay last year, and then now this year they may be struggling as well. But yes, we've been doing this for quite a while, for over 10 years, even before I had started at the center.
Me personally, I've been doing it. Let me think. I'm trying to think. So in my previous district, this is the first time in Melissa since I've been here. I think Melissa may have done it a long time ago, but since I've been here and this is my second year, this is the first time we're doing it. But prior to that, the district I came from, I had done it for 7 years. So I'm familiar with the assessment and how easy it is to use.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good to know. I'm from New York, so I don't, my kid is now in freshman. He's never done it before. That's why I was asking. So I assume then there will be data online that perhaps we can look at to see over the years. No data.
No, we don't share the data unless, like she said, it's a kid who is flagged, then you're going to know. So you can assume that from year to year, if your kid is not flagged, that they're doing okay. I mean, based on what they answer that day, we know that can change, week to week, month to month, or whatever. But that day, when they take when they do the benchmark, if we get no flags, then you're not going to be contacted.
And sorry, last question. I apologize.
No worries.
Right.
So you start tomorrow or when, and then it's all concluded within the next week, or?
Well, we're not actually doing the high school until October 19th, and middle schools will be November 2nd. So we're just we're giving you guys an opportunity to ask questions, to kind of understand what's going on. And then we have to get back, because it is an opt-in assessment. So you have to give us permission for us to assess your student. And so we are giving time for that paperwork to get back to us so we can set it up. And so high school is October 19th. And middle school will be November 2nd.
Thank you, ma'am.
And another question that I'll be able to answer, how often are we providing screenings? We usually do it once a year, and that can vary from year to year. I mean, this year we're doing it in the fall. I mean, we haven't set up anything and thought too much about next year yet, but we'll probably be working with Jennifer and setting up some times next year too. Any other questions? You guys are an easy crowd.
Definitely.
Okay, well, if we don't have any other questions, I'm going to conclude the meeting. Jennifer, did you have anything else you wanted to share or feel like that parents need to know? Or?
No, I think I kind of provided the most information that I could. But also, you know, if any questions do pop up and they happen to ask you, then you can always ask me and I could
Sure.
provide those questions as well. And also in the consent form, there would be kind of like a sample, I think near the end of the form, and where it shows what some of the questions may look like. And also some parents have also asked, is it okay if I kind of look at the results, can you send it to me? Since it's copyrighted material, you can only look, if you want to look at the specific results, then only Miss Michelle would have to be there with you to look at it. So you have to come to her office, and then, but she still keeps the results into the kiddos file.
Yeah, we don't send those home.
Mm-mm.
So, okay. Well, again, high school is doing it October 19th. This is Tuesday. And then middle school, and that's 6th grade, because we're doing 6th grade through 12th grade. 6th grade and the middle school campus will do it November 2nd. And if you have any questions, you can email me. My name is Michelle Fezenbeck. It's spelled right there correctly. So it's Michelle Fezenbeck, no space, at melissaisd.org, or you can email your campus counselor. And I know that if they didn't know the answer to the question, that they'll reach out to me and we'll work on it together. So feel free to email either one of us if you think of something after we get off here.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Y'all have a great evening.
All right, bye, Michelle.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.